So, after all the hype surrounding the Star Wars Battlefront reveal at E3, I myself had to wash several loads of underwear. I thought it was time we looked into how you can equip your player and look a little into the customization that we've seen so far. And first up, I want to dive straight into star cards, which are going to be the main source of customization, at least in terms of weaponry, in the game. Imagine one of these cards being a slot in your loadout selection, and you'll probably be fairly confident on how this system works. You can pick 3 of them, and once you spawn into the map, those 3 become visible in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Now, a lot of these cards don't require you to reload them, because they seem to work on a recharge timer. This means no more searching the map for an ammo location or having to ask your teammate for some help. Let's look at the jetpack, for example. I'll slow the footage down for you as the player jumps here. You can see the level in the star card meter start to drop a little bit, and once the player stops using it, it halts and stays stationary for a moment and then recharges. The speed of the recharge for each card will differ, so for example if you're calling in like a small airstrike or something, then the recharge will probably be a lot slower because it can inflict massive damage on the enemy. That makes it balanced. The jetpack, on the other hand, recharges faster, as it's a tool you'll need to use quite often to get yourself out of harm's way. Not all of the cards have recharges on them though. The personal shield, for example, was seen in the 2 trailers release as having a small number in the bottom corner of the card, which decreased when the card was used. So for certain functions it seems, and mainly the ones that could be overused and create gameplay problems, are limited for their amount of use. All of these star cards are built into the hands system, and when I say hands I literally mean hands. It was on the screen during the menus at Star Wars Battlefront's booth at E3, and it's just a different way I think of describing loadouts. At the E3 event, apparently the hands that you played with were locked and you couldn't really change them, so whatever weapon was there, you couldn't change them, and you couldn't change the power-ups that you got either on the star cards, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I guess it's to basically keep gameplay organised in those environments, because you got a lot of people playing who probably don't really know how to play this brand new game that's never been released to the public before. But something that I do like is apparently you don't have to pick these cards from like a group of cards that can only be fitted into one slot. They're not categorized, so you can choose whatever combination you like. And it's also possible, at least right now, to stack the cards so that you have access to more than one of the same perk. Now that sounds a little bit strange, and I can't confirm that 100% because that's just rumours from what people have told me at E3. Obviously the developers are a little bit cagey about releasing information that isn't available on the floor, so that's not confirmed right now, but if they were able to stack cards like the thermal detonators, for example, then that could become a little bit overpowered. If you think of it this way, you can choose however you want to play in this game. If you want to take loads of heavy firepower into the battle, then you can go for it, but beware you may be waiting a lot longer to reuse these, as they will take longer to recharge, or if they're limited on how many times you can use them, be careful not to use them up all at once. Or you can go in with things like the jetpack and the personal shield, and you can reenact that scene from the Endor trailer. And something else that I want to add, power-ups. The circular icon in the bottom right hand corner with the cards is where the power-up will sit, provided you pick one up. These are dotted around the map and they're marked by a floating coin. And they're random, so you never know what you're going to get, which I think is a nice touch, because this way you don't get players camping certain locations knowing that they're just going to get the smart rocket that they want. And this kind of system further diversifies the play happening on the map as well. You've gone out of your way, like expecting to defend an uplink center or something like that, but then suddenly you pick up like an orbital strike off the ground. Now you've got the chance to go and try and take out a massive group of enemies, when you plan to just pick off a few that manage to make it through the base. So it's kind of strange that they've gone for this random setting, but it does mean that you've always got the opportunity to do something really cool in the game, even if you didn't plan for it. And one final thing here, vehicles will also be pickups on the map, but these won't be random, unlike those perks there. the coin icon will notify the person of what type of vehicle it is, meaning they can leave it alone if they don't want it, and they can try another one of the locations. But there we go. That's what we know so far about the star cards, customization of characters, and power-ups. I'll be bringing you more info in the next few weeks regarding all the information that was leaked out of E3 about Battlefront, because I'm amazingly excited for this game, and I'm not going to lie, I screamed like a little child when I saw the gameplay. It did look absolutely fantastic, and has only fueled the hype train a little bit more. I will always exercise caution though, because games can always look great at E3, but then when it comes to release, they're not always as great as they seem. I will exercise caution that maybe we should still wait for a little bit more information to come out before we make our final decision on this game. But thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a like and a comment. It is always appreciated. And don't forget to head over to g2a.com/r/Westy and pick yourself up a great deal. The link's in the description. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.